Day on the 14th. After all, in a way, we are all children. It's just that we have bottled the child in us like pickle, so we can't even feel the tickle. So over to you, Lyra, for the right light.
Lyra, you are muted. Please unmute.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Brian. Every one of us have a child within us. And Toastmasters, good evening and welcome to the 99th Porton Advanced Toastmasters meeting. If Dr. CK is around, I would like to congratulate him because he'll be more than happier because that baby which was started on June 1st, 2014 is going to complete 100th meeting, is going to touch the centenary on 25th November. I don't know whether he's around. Otherwise, I thought we could give him a round of applause. Even though he's not around, we could unmute or give him a virtual applause. This week is the festival week. The festival which we all, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, or age, which we all look forward to, Diwali or Deepavali. This year it might be in a low affair, but nevertheless, we could illuminate somebody else's lives by either sending them a message or it's difficult to visit people because of this COVID-19, but still we could in some way brighten up the lives either by calling them up if we hadn't called them or even in some different way, try to brighten up our own surroundings. Today, I won't be calling out our members to speak about their achievements right now. I'll be doing it towards the end because our exuberant, our sparkle, the girl, I can't say girl, the lady who is so bubbly, and do we need a Deepavali just for this week? We will have Trisha in our midst as a light to illuminate us throughout the year. The way Trisha is taking the leadership roles in whichever way she could do, and so do all our newbies. Of course, the seniors all are there, but even the newbies are doing extremely well. So with that note, I hand over the proceedings to our exuberant, bubbly, lively Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Trisha Laura D'Souza. Over to you, Trisha.
So much, Lyra ma'am. I think I'm all that I can be only because of your encouragement. I'm telling you, you really bring out the best in me. You've been asking me to join Toastmasters for a while, and I finally did it, and I could not be happier.
Trisha, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
You're not loud enough.
Can you hear me
You're
now?
not loud enough. You are faint. You are not loud enough.
Better, but not as well as you would like to. A little more.
Okay. Okay. All right. I think there's something wrong with the speaker. Maybe that's
Sound, some noise
Come
coming.
closer.
I don't see that you are using the earphone. Are you using the earphone? No.
I'm using the audio of the laptop.
Right now it's better,
Okay.
but still there is some disturbance and you are not as clear as you could be.
Okay. Can I put on my headphones? Just give me 1 minute.
Yes. And meanwhile, Lyra, if you want to continue with anything, you can.
Yeah, I think I will ask the members to give to speak about the achievements until she comes back. Members, could you please come speak up, inform us or tell us about your achievements? Over to you, members.
Okay, I would like to talk about two achievements. We just did the MSNIM MRPL Vigilance Awareness Week. Usually Toastmasters are largely involved. We used to do the debate, but this year we did it as essay, posters and quiz. And in the quiz, about 4,000 people across India participated in the quiz. And for the essays and posters, we had almost 100 participants. It was a formal function at my institute. So that is one. And the second one is we started a money management certificate course along with Simplus Learning Academy. And that's also taken off from our institute. So we had Gerard Colasso, of course, as the keynote speaker and chief guest, but then otherwise it was another formal function which we did it. So I organized 2 programs this week. Thank you.
Congratulations. We're very proud of your achievements. Yeah. Members, there are many members who would like to share their achievements. Geeta, share your daughter's achievement. Geeta Pereira.
Yeah, I'd like to, tell you that my daughter, she won a competition which was conducted by an advertising agency at New York. So it was a team competition, and her team got the first place. So I'm very happy for her.
We too are very happy for you and for your daughter, Geeta. Yes.
Thank you, President.
Members.
This morning I addressed the students of St. Philomena's College, Mysore, and the title given to me was The Art of Articulation. It was a webinar. And as I announced in winners, I took 2 educational sessions on tall tales in Kerala.
Oh, congratulations, Malini.
Oh, I forgot one thing. Sorry. I forgot one more where all Ignatians are involved. I was the chief guest for the cabinet inaugural at St. Agnes. Since there was so much of talk on the PTAT group where Malini shared the link, I thought that meeting was over, but no, we haven't spoken about it. It was really very satisfying to go back to your alma mater and to be there and talk to the students and share our own experiences of the leadership journey with the leadership journey that the students are taking. So it was very, very satisfying for me at the end of the day to be with my own alma mater where it has nurtured me to be the person that I am. Thank you.
Yes, yeah. Thank you, Molly. I think we too heard a bit of that, of your talk.
I
Anybody
finished my
else?
speech plan there.
Yeah. Try to upload it. Leadership. Anybody else? Members, Bharti, Sharmila, Miss Matty,
Thank you,
Pinto.
Laila, to speak of here. Thank you.
Lyra, Trisha is
No,
back
don't tell
with us.
He's
Trisha
back.
has
Okay.
come
Okay.
back, yes.
Malini, just check what Phyllis has written on the Portown group because I am using my mobile. I can't check the message. Just see what she has written, something about the account or something. Just check.
I'll do that, yes.
Yeah, over to Trisha. Trisha,
No, one more. I would like to congratulate Port Towners for the award on Open House. Of the 3 clubs, Port Town is one of those clubs which has achieved that. And hats off to you all. It's especially the president for taking that initiative, and the members, new members who have joined in. You really need to be applauded. A big round of applause to all of you. Secondly, out of the 16 clubs in our division, 10 clubs have got the Smedley Award. Again, congratulations to Port Town Advanced Toastmasters and to all its members.
there are 2 more. Okay. Now, so next meeting I will announce. There are 2 more. Yeah, that comeback champion or something. Yeah. Now, Trisha,
Yes, am I audible now?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Perfect. Good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. We're in the virtual spirit of Diwali, and I'm so happy to see the glimmer around this festival. I'm also happy to see all of you wearing green. All of you look beautiful. And I hope you have your diyas beside you, which I will ask you to light if possible when we start the prayer. But before that, Spark Joy, a Diwali special, the illuminating festival of lights celebrated by our Hindu brethren and by so many others as well. An array of lights in its literal sense. It's a festival filled with diyas, mumitai, and fountains of light in the dark of the night, reminding us that life is a constant quest for truth and knowledge. The oil in diyas symbolizes the warding off of ignorance. The diya beside you augments just that, as Toastmasters deepens the light of knowledge and wisdom. Deep rooted in its element of light, this festival reverberates around the sound of firecrackers that predominantly marks its celebration. Trying very hard not to be a buzzkill, but I'd like to introduce to you the thought for today, which is not just about the festival, but also its conflicted emotions due to its environmental impact and our struggle with the same. But before that, let's begin the initiation of this meeting. For this particular Diwali session, I have associated every role taker with an element of our Diwali festival. Beginning with our prayer bells, I would request Toastmaster Zaibunisa to ring in the prayer bells for today. Over to you, Toastmaster Zaibunisa. Toastmaster Zaibunisa?
She's muted.
Do we need to light the diya?
Yeah. Am I audible now? Visible?
Yes.
Yes, Zaibunisa. Go ahead.
Yeah. I sit and say my prayers. Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
In the name of the Almighty, the most merciful and beneficent, I praise and thank you for blessing us all with tranquility and love. You give us many opportunities to become the person to be created. Thank you for Toastmasters. Your support and strength is enough for us to scale great heights. Dear God, bless this meeting and especially the speakers of today to throw their best. Amen.
May we have a photograph with lighted diyas? Anyone who's taking a photograph?
We can switch off the lights and have only diyas.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. 1 second. I was about to say that. I just put up the lights.
Then all of us have to get up and go.
The faces may come dark. That's what I feel.
Halloween with Deepavali.
We look like Halloween. No, I'll put on.
I don't think it's a good idea at all. I'm going to switch on the light.
I cannot
All right, we
switch off
can
the
have a
light of my
picture
office.
with the light on, I'm sure.
We can't be seen at all.
Okay, are you all ready? I'm clicking the picture.
Wait. Sharmila. Yeah. Who else? Yeah.
Who said that about the picture?
All are ready? 1 minute.
All the diyas which
Yeah,
see.
done.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Which is enough?
Yeah, enough.
Okay, now we can put off the diyas. Blow them off, yeah.
All right. First and foremost, I welcome our Divisional Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Malini Ma'am. Welcome to our 99th meeting at Port Town Advanced Toastmasters. I introduce you to the speakers and evaluators for today. We have our speakers whom I have chosen to be our Guru Deepas, who light the house and our entire surroundings. Toastmaster Rita Pinto, Toastmaster Malini Mukund, Toastmaster Hilda Fernandez, and Distinguished Toastmaster Malini Hebbar. Our evaluators, whom I have deemed to be our assorted mithai for Diwali. Toastmaster Wayne D'Souza, Distinguished Toastmaster Preetham Kamath, Toastmaster Bo Conroy Paul, and Toastmaster Sharmila Sagar. Our general evaluator for the day has got to be our Diwali Prashad, Distinguished Toastmaster Veera Karpitia. To be assisted with our BD Pataki timer, Toastmaster Amita Shetty, and our counter, our eco-friendly warrior, Distinguished Toastmaster Maria De Costa. Thank you to our flower for every occasion, our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Brian Fernandez. Finally, representing our light of knowledge, we have our grammarian. I invite Distinguished Toastmaster Matilda Pinto to share with us the word for today. Over to you, Distinguished Toastmaster Matilda Pinto.
Good evening, Toastmasters. The word for today is okay. Okay meaning all correct. Pronounced all correct by a jockey 175 years ago. And for having pronounced it wrong, we now have the abbreviated form of it with okay. The word simply means approval, acceptance, assent. It can be used to express indifference as well, depending on how you say it. Now, my issue today is our speech is inundated with okay, especially with youngsters. All the time they use the word okay. Let me remind you that it's an informal usage. It's okay to use okay when you're speaking to family and friends. But when it comes to formal communication, you do not use colloquialism, contracted forms, and words like okay, because it makes communication sound very casual. Now, what can you use in place of okay to make your language fresh and rich and enhance the meaning of the words that you use? In place of okay, you can use phrases like all is well, everything is fine, that's good, that's awesome, that's outstanding, that's superb, that's magnificent, that's right, that's delightful, and so on. The long, long list. Now, I want the speakers to use okay as often as you need, but there is a rider going with it. The moment you use the word okay, either as a noun, an adverb, or an adjective, I want you to use a phrase, correct yourself and use a phrase in its place. So the rider is, you use, after having used the word okay, I want you to go back and use another appropriate phrase to say that things are all right, or they're awesome, or delightful. So please do that in the speech today. The word for the day is okay. Thank you.
Thank you to our grammarian. All right, it's time to start the fireworks. I hope our Guru Deepas are ready to entertain us with the color of their perspective. We have our first speech by Toastmaster Rita Pinto, whose speech objectives will be detailed by Toastmaster Wayne D'Souza. Toastmaster Wayne, over to you.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Good evening, Toastmasters. And good evening, Rita. Toastmaster Rita is on her Pathways Motivational Strategies. She's on her level 1, project 2. And her purpose of the speech is to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. Timer, please note that the time is for 5 to 7 minutes. Over to the Toastmaster.
All right, we now have Toastmaster Rita Pinto with her speech titled My Journey During Lockdown. Toastmaster Rita Pinto, over to you.
Shall I start? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Whether I'm audible?
Yes, Rita.
Yes,
Just ask her if she's pinned the timer. She's pinned me.
You won't know that, yeah.
We
It's
can
okay, let me
complain because, yes? We can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or we can rejoice because thorns have roses. Toastmaster of the day, dear Toastmasters and guests, good evening. I don't watch TV, but on that day, March 19, 2020, I sat in front of the TV to listen to the announcement made by our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, to the nation. When I heard lockdown for 15 days, I was shocked. Thinking about my students, because it was the month of March and the time for final exam. The thought took off my sleep. The next day, when I saw the people turning crazy about collecting the goods, I just realized what is the meaning of lockdown. The first day went on smoothly with my daily routine work and helping the people to collect the needy things. The second day, I just finished my work at 8 a.m. as usual. Then I slowly picked up my paper and started reading, but stopped since 5 years. This was the first step towards positive thinking about the lockdown. Had still time to kill. I started marching around the house and felt that it looked like a dustbin. Now, I started clearing and rearranging the things and decided to clean a room per day. Besides, I thought of beginning my day with exercise. So I began exercising every morning between 6 to 6:30 a.m. to keep my aches and pains under control. This was the next positive thinking during the lockdown. This revealed me of physiotherapy. In this way, a week passed. Again, the thought of my students annoying me rent the peace of mind. I felt I have to do something, if not everyone, at least the students who are aimed at 100%. So I opened my computer and started working out tricky problems in a step-by-step manner and made it to a warden because some of my students were staying in the ashram. Besides, I WhatsApped the deserving students and kept a track and succeeded in seeing 2 boys score 100 in maths. For other students, I created a WhatsApp group and gave them the necessary guidelines. This made me to search new problems on the net and help my students to do well. Here, I came to know new sites. The English grammar in one of the sites really attracted me and I learned basic grammar. I was fascinated by North Indian classes of maths and English and cooking classes on YouTube. Slowly, I started researching on the YouTube and other channels. Once, when I was scrolling down on my Facebook, I was shocked to see the whirlpool and depth. I disturbed to see the good, the bad, and the ugly face of the Facebook. How easily our student can access and pray for on these programs. Still, I enjoyed some of the programs like Comedy with Kapil Sharma, Maja Bharata, dance and music competitions, and other art shows. I came to know many celebrities like Sushant Singh Rajput, Karan Johar, Alia Bhatt, Tiger Shroff, etc. Even I went into mild depression listening to Sushant Singh's stories, his brilliance, and the fatal end. At the same time, I frustrated watching some of the contestants in some of the programs, their uncultured behavior, and once again I stopped watching the TV programs. At this juncture, once again the talk started about online classes and the means of approaching the students. So once again, I started researching the net, how to approach the students, and I succeeded on YouTube, as well video recording, Zoom, and Google. This lockdown, not only me, but gave an opportunity most of all the teachers to learn more about the internet programs and its usage. Thanks to the lockdown, we will not be ignorant anymore in electronic gadgets. Beyond all these blessings, my most important and brilliant step in this lockdown is joining this Intellectual Toastmasters Club. Over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rita. Toastmaster Rita will have to leave immediately for another meeting, but I do hope you could take a minute, if time permits, to share your vote on the voting links as and when they're put up on the group. Thank you so much, ma'am. Over to our second Guru Deepa, we have Toastmaster Malini Mukund, whose speech objectives will be detailed by distinguished Toastmaster Preetham Kamath. Over to you, DTM Preetham Kamath.
Toastmaster Malini Mukund is on her second speech, level 1, that is motivational strategies. And the objectives of this speech are to give us, is to demonstrate, the purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to our second speech. The member may choose to present the speech which can be humorous, it can be informational, or any style that the member chooses. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. All the very best, Malini ma'am.
Thank you, Preetham.
Toastmaster Malini Mukund, her speech titled If You Can Do It, You Can Do It by Toastmaster Malini Mukund.
Am I audible? Am I seen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the light depicting the festival of light. I wish you all good luck. I won't stand and give my speech as I have some problem with my knee. All right? Okay?
Perfectly all right. Go ahead,
Yes,
Malini.
ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Good evening, Toastmasters. You must be surprised, and I hope happy too, to see me at this podium. As much as I wanted to ascend this days, I put off the climb. I thought I was not qualified to deliver on motivational leadership. However, one recent night, the Dalai Lama got the better of me. His words, if you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito, hit home as I fell prey to the power of this tiny creature. It was in that profound moment I realized that I too can be a mover and a shaker. It was a rainy night. The power had failed. I was midst a wrestling match with a mosquito as I lay awake waiting to swat this pesky creature which was biting me and eluding me. A recent conversation I had with a friend reverberated in my mind. After a hiatus, my friend who lived in the United States had called me. As we caught up with our lives, she told me she too is awarded a PhD thanks to me. When I told her I had nothing to do with her success, she took me down the memory lane. Apparently, I had helped her, cajoled her, motivated her, persuaded her by giving my own example, by saying, if I can do it with all the odds working against me, you can do it too, Neenu. That was enough fuel to set a 50-year-old working mom on fire. She said, you were the one who got me going on the mission impossible. As I was battling with the mosquito and pondered my friend's words, the words of Dalai Lama hit home like a bolt from the blue. I realized that I too can be a motivational leader. Yes, you are never too small to make a difference. You do not need to don the cape of a Superman or the mantle of a motivational speaker, or even achieve super things worthy of spotlight. William Halsey stated, there are no great men, there are only great challenges, which ordinary men like you and me are forced by circumstances to meet. So how true this word is, his words are. Unbeknownst to us, we all have risen to the challenges which are inevitable in life. Each time we initiate, guide, help, or encourage either ourselves or another person to face a challenge or walk that talk, we make a difference. Let me share my journey and obstacles I maneuvered to make my dream a reality. Eleanor Roosevelt, hailed as the first lady of the world, has always inspired me. She said, "Do not stop thinking of life as an adventure. You have no security unless you can live bravely, excitingly, imaginatively, unless you can choose a challenge instead of competence." I chose the challenge of becoming a professor and getting a PhD. The road was far from easy. I had to navigate countless potholes and bumps along the way. It was not easy to persevere, especially when life throws you curveballs. The support you need at this time can only come from within you, in spite of the support from your family and friends. As I diligently pursued my full-time job as wife, as a mom, daughter, daughter-in-law, chef, chauffeur, I began to feel a need to pursue my dream to teach and to get a PhD. At that time, the desire seemed ambitious, lofty, and I felt guilty. How would I surmount the conservative cultural differences? Would I even be able to manage time? Richard Bach, an author I enjoy, wrote, "You are never given a dream without being given the power to make it true. You may have to work at it, however." I was ready to rise to my Herculean task. I felt like a runner at the start of a race waiting for the whistle, but I was ready to run a gauntlet, and I did it. I also believe that achieving the goals alone does not define success. More important, I think the journey is also more important than achieving the goals. This is where motivation plays a role, and how motivation guided my journey to the finish line. First, I believed in my ability to make my dream a reality. There are no shortcuts to life. There are no roadblocks. There are no clear paths, but I had to remember there are no dead ends in life too. I could reverse and go back. However, Michael Jordan's words impress me. Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, how to go through it, or walk around it. How true. Life is not about how many times you fall or fail. Rather, it is how many times we rise or start over and keep going. There were days when I was one step ahead. There were days when I was two steps back. But with my eye on the prize, on the finish line, I kept running. There were naysayers and cheerleaders along the way. I chose to turn off the sounds of the former, because only you know your deepest desires and you know your dreams, and only you can make it happen. So march to the beat of your own drum. It is not important where you start. It's important where you finish. On your journey, you will experience rainy days and thunderstorms. Remember, life is not about waiting for the storm to pass. Life is about learning to dance even in the rain. Dear friends, learn to dance in the rain. Life is like a book. You are the author of your book. So fill up the pages of your life with your story, your dreams, and make it happen. I made mine. If I can do it, you can do it. With these words, I'll dance down the steps with my injured leg. Thank you. Huh? What is it?
Thank you, Toastmaster Malini Mukund, for reminding us about how we can overcome our difficulties in life. That was really amazing. All right, we move on to our third Guru Deepa, who is Toastmaster Hilda Fernandez. I request Toastmaster Bo Conroy Paul to read out the objectives of her speech today.
Good evening. Am I audible and visible?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. So, good evening, all Toastmasters and guests here. Today, Toastmaster Hilda Fernandez will be giving her icebreaker speech. She is currently pursuing her pathway in motivational strategies. The purpose for today's speech is to introduce herself to the club and also learn the basic structure of public speaking. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. So all the best, Ms. Toastmaster Hilda Fernandez.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bo Conroy Paul. A Kushi Tale from Kushal Nagar by Toastmaster Hilda Fernandez.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. I'm Hilda, starting my journey to become a great Toastmaster one day. There's a time for everything. There's a time to be silent and a time to speak. I speak to break the ice. I hail from the smallest district of Karnataka, also known as the Scotland of India, with amazing weather throughout the year. The people here are one of the bravest, and coffee is the main crop grown. No prizes for guessing. I am from Coorg, the heaven on earth. Fifth among the half a dozen children to my parents, I was born and brought up in Kushal Nagar, surrounded by beautiful hills, valleys, Tibetan settlements, and Kaveri Nisargadhama, with the conglomeration of people of different cultures. According to a popular myth, the earlier name of Kushal Nagar was Fraser Pit, named after the British officer J.S. Fraser. However, when Tippu was born, his overjoyed father, Hyder Ali, who had camped with his army at the bank of river Kaveri, renamed Fraser Pit as Kushal Nagar, which means town of gladness. Okay, that's delightful. This Kushi girl from Kushal Nagar moved to Mangalore for further studies. I am proud that I am a product of two prestigious A-grade colleges, St. Agnes and St. Anne's, from where I emerged as a first rank holder and a gold medalist. My career graph marks 23 years of teaching in State Board, CBSE and IGCSE, making me a globetrotter, moving away from Kushal Nagar to the Sultanate of Oman and to Africa. However, I would say I am an incidental and accidental teacher, circumstances forcing me to be one. I had a change of heart when I realized that being a teacher is providential, making a difference in someone's life which goes far beyond knowledge. Let me also divulge a secret. Being a mathematics teacher gives you a sense of power, as most students are scared of the subject. Nevertheless, my most fulfilling moments are my interactions with students, helping them understand complex concepts using simple and easy methods, enabling them to have fun with math, which they would otherwise shun. My most memorable moments were when I had the opportunity to learn from students. Probably, it is this spirit of a learner that turned me into an entrepreneur, giving me the satisfaction of combining profession with philanthropy. Now, if you think all work and no play has made Hilda dull, okay, that's fine. But let me hasten to state that I have my share of excitement in sports. And even at this age, I love to play games. Finally, let me also add that this teacher, entrepreneur, and player is a mother of 3 daughters. Or shall I say, they are my pearls? As the saying goes, no story ever ends. It just leads to another. My latest venture is joining Port Town Toastmasters Club, being encouraged by MPD and LP. M for magnanimous, P for passionate, and D for dynamic, Maria Phyllis DaCosta, and L for lively, and P for perfect, Lyra Pinto. Today, I have taken the first step towards my goal to be a good communicator under the guidance of MH. M for marvelous and H for helpful, my mentor, Malini Hebbar. And this is my start to begin with. Thank you. Over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hilda Pinto. That was a really nice story.
Now, Fernandez.
Oh, sorry, Fernandez. I'm so sorry. All right, over to our fourth and final Guru Deepa, Distinguished Toastmaster Malini Hebbar. I request Toastmaster Sharmila Sagar to detail the objectives of Malini ma'am's speech. Toastmaster Sharmila Sagar.
Needs to unmute.
I'm sorry, okay. Toastmaster Malini is on level 5, the dynamic leadership path. The objective of the speech planners, the purpose of this project is for the member to apply the skills needed to successfully lead in a volunteer or other organization. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her experience as a leader or the impact of the 360-degree evaluation. Over to Toastmaster DTM Malini Hebbar.
So much to learn by Distinguished Toastmaster Malini Hebbar.
Toastmasters, I'm a phoenix. Well, if you wonder why I have used the metaphor of a phoenix, let me tell you that just as a phoenix rises from its ashes, I always emerge well balanced out of my failures. Don't you get me? It was in the month of May that I had a fierce battle with the present Program Quality Director of District 121, DTM Vanitha, and lost. Well, did I get demotivated? Not at all. I went to the president of Innovation Club of Mangalore North and I asked her, can I be your Program Quality Director? President Nirmala Pai readily agreed to have me as her PQD. Now, don't ask me, how is it that from Toastmasters you have moved on to Innovale? Let me tell you that Innovale is an international service organization and it is the largest service organization of women. And being the Program Quality Director, even at the club level, means taking charge of significant activities. And I must tell you that in these 6 months, I have organized 5 major activities. Well, before I talk about those major activities, let me tell you that each of these activities gave me joy of different types. Sometimes the outcome was serendipitous. Take, for instance, my joy of being a Zoom master while organizing these meetings. Ha! What a pleasure it is to mute people. Do you really get that chance in your real life? No, not at all. But then there is a learning in this. You may mute people at your will, but if you want them to unmute themselves, you'll have to plead with them to unmute themselves. Well, it shows that you may silence people, but if you want their cooperation, silencing is not actually the technique that you would like to use. Well, I must also tell you that one of the predicaments of all service organizations is to escape service for service sake syndrome. You know, I remember the anecdote in Reader's Digest about a terrific shooter in a village. Every time he seemed to have a bullseye. And one of the villagers marveled at his brilliance and asked him, "How is that every time you manage to have a bullseye?" The shooter said, "Simple, my dear, simple. I first send the bullet and then draw a circle around it." Well, very often in service organizations, our projects are of this kind. We do these projects because we get the directives from our higher-ups. Now, the predicament was to escape this. And I must tell you that we did come up with meaningful projects. And today, it is my pleasure to share with you some of the aspects of my learning, even as I share my screen with you. Let me also have the pleasure of sharing my screen with you to give you glimpses of what I did as the Program Quality Director of Inner Wheel Club of Mangalore North. Let me tell you that it is my Toastmasters High Performance Leadership Project. And as I've already told you, it was with the Inner Wheel Club of Mangalore North. And on the Independence Day, we came up with a meaningful program. As you can see, we actually honored ASHA workers, Shobha, Vinaya, Purnima, Philomena. Now, let me tell you that it was a great learning for me. That is why I have given the title of my speech as So Much to Learn, because when I interacted with these ASHA workers, I came to know that their knowledge was not limited to COVID or quarantine. They had knowledge about malaria, about guppy fish breeding. And I must also appreciate their integrity. Even when I called them and told them that Inner Wheel Club of Mangalore North wanted to honor them with cash, they did not give me a green signal till they got a go-ahead green signal from their higher-ups. And despite the fact that as ASHA volunteers, they endanger their lives and they have got odd working hours, and it also leads to marital discord quite often. The ASHA workers also told me that COVID has actually improved their status in society, and people have started looking at them with greater respect and greater interest. And that was, of course, very gratifying to know. And one of the ASHA workers, Purnima, also shared with me the, you can say, hair-raising experience of saving people from a house which was actually crumbling, and she could contact people and people could go and rescue the inmates of the house. So my interaction with the ASHA workers was a soul-satisfying experience. But there was something that came, as I said, accidentally to my arena of experience. That was with my president, Nirmala Pai. When she insisted on these ASHA workers coming to her place to collect the check, Frankly speaking, I was annoyed. I thought, why do you make it so difficult for ASHA workers who had to come from Konaje to Mangalore, and that also to our Kudroli side? And I even expressed my displeasure. But the president kept saying that she wanted them to come to her place. And finally, it so turned out that she wanted to honor them in the traditional manner with fruit, with eatables, and also with other goodies. And that is why she wanted them to come to her place. And I realized that this personal touch that she gave changed the whole impact of the program. And it was as though I got 4 new friends in these ASHA workers. Now on Teachers' Day again, we honored 4 teachers. Now, as you can see, this teacher was from Chaitanya School, and we had Leelavati, who was the yoga expert, and we also had Dikshit and Suchet from, again, Sanidhya School. Now, what is interesting about this is that if they teach these specially abled children, it is also important to know that they teach yoga and yakshagana, the forgotten art forms of India. And it is yakshagana that Suchet teaches at Sanidhya. But again, what was interesting for me even here
8
was
minutes.
one of these, okay, thank you, Amita. I asked Amita to tell me. One of these was actually a rickshaw driver, and throughout the project, he kept taking his rickshaw, taking his people in the rickshaw, but throughout, the mobile was kept switched on, the camera was kept switched on, and he took part in our project. Now, I remembered Amartya Sen's words that the future of India is not in the intellectuals who sit in conference halls. It is in these people who meet in addas. So that kind of intellectual caliber I saw. In addition to this, I also took charge of installation, limerick competition, and one more competition for PDCs. And for these projects, I asked for 360-degree feedback from the president of the club, Nirmala Pai, past president of the club, Rajani Bhatt, and my evaluator, Sharmila Sagar, who is also a member of Innovate Club of Mangalore North.
9 minutes.
And they had to give me their feedback on these points, and they did come up with their feedback. This was given by Nirmala, this was given by Rajani Bhatt, and this was given by Sharmila, and they also had suggestions to make. Nirmala Pai told me that I need to have greater voice modulation. Rajani Bhatt told me that I should have the ability to say no. And Sharmila, in her own sweet manner, asked me not to get stressed, making me wonder whether I had signs of irritability. Thank you, Sharmila, for that. Ultimately, what I have to say is in the words of Mother Teresa: you can do what I cannot do. I can do what you cannot do. Together, we can do great things. This was truly the essence of my learning. Over to the TMOD.
Thank you so much, DTM Malini Hebar. All right, I would like to ask our BD Pataki timer, Toastmaster Amita Shetty, do tell us if all the Guru Deepas have sustained their glow past the allotted time. You are muted, ma'am.
Yeah. Hi. The Toastmaster Rita Pinto has taken 7 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster Malini Mukund has taken 7 minutes 50 seconds. Toastmaster Hilda 5 minutes 48 seconds, and DTM Malini Hebar 10 minutes 5 seconds. Toastmaster Malini Mukund has overshot the time by 20 seconds.
All right. Thank you for that report. Yes, I would request all of you to vote, but I would like to inform you that DTM Malini ma'am will not be on the list of speakers, as the voting, as her speech is part of her HPL report.
Trisha, could I interrupt? And the voting link is sent both on the group as well as on the chat box. Please announce.
Yes, all right, all right. I hope everybody made a note of that. Until then,
members, please vote for the best speaker.
while you vote. Okay, getting back to the thought for the day, we are saddened by the pollution that is caused by the main element of this festival, the bursting of firecrackers. I have been in conversation with people who claim to be in quite the dilemma as they lose the very essence of magical lights that brighten the skies. But air pollution is very real. Climate change is very real. Not to literally throw a damper on the flames, but I wish to speak of it due to the difficulty of this conversation. Land pollution and noise pollution add to the damages due to its non-biodegradable nature and hearing problems created for animals, students, old people, and sick people. But our attempt to combat this problem does not end here. But before we turn that frown upside down, I'm sure there's one thing that always guarantees a smile, and that is a surprise. I would like to introduce to you our Diwali gift, Toastmaster Sophie Zacharias, with our table topics. Toastmaster Sophie Zacharias, over to you to surprise us with your Diwali gift.
Thank you, Trisha, for the wonderful words of welcome. Good evening, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Trisha D'Souza, President, dear Toastmasters, and my dear friends. As she has already introduced me, I am Toastmaster Sophia Zacharias, your table topic master for today. With Diwali as a theme, let's have some festive topics to speak on. In 1.5 to 2 minutes of speaking time, I would like the speaker to speak half the time for the topic and the remaining time against the topic. Basically, the concept is turncoat. The green flag will be shown at 1 minute when you will switch to against the topic, after which you will speak till the red flag is shown. Timer, Toastmaster Amita will take care of the remaining. So let's move on to the first topic. The first topic is celebrating festivals is a sheer waste of money. I'm so happy that Malini had displayed it on the screen. So, and the first speaker and the topic goes to Toastmaster Molly Chowdhury. Molly, no. You have too many achievements to think about. So you have this achievement also along with that.
Good evening, Port Towners, Toastmasters, and guests. Today is my daughter's 26th birthday, and I would love to celebrate, just that she's not around here, but all of us here can think for her and pray for her and wish her good. Celebrations are a great part of our lives. They bring us together. They bring the joy in our lives. They help us to connect with each other. They build relationships, and relationship is something that lasts forever. So when we celebrate a festival, a birthday, an anniversary, a good deed, or just cheer up somebody, we actually build positive things around. We bring in a positive environment of joy and happiness. And joy shared is always joy's, happiness shared is always happiness doubled. Do I have to do the turncoat now?
Yes.
Okay. But when you talk of celebrations by way of spending money, then I think some amount of prudence is very, very important. Take the big fat weddings. Is it necessary? You hardly meet people there. You hardly when there is crowds of 4,000 people, where is the time? Where is the enjoyment? Where is celebration? There's hardly any celebrations. It's extravaganza. There are thousands of people who are actually going hungry. And that is where you should celebrate. Celebrate it with people who don't have, rather than spending it wastefully on a whole lot of things. So celebrations, you need to be more careful when you celebrate. Celebrate it for building relationships, for building positivity, and not for wasteful things. Over to you, Sophie.
Thank you, Toastmaster Molly. That was, really, it was nice listening to you on both sides, so we get a chance to think about the both side of it. The second speaker is Toastmaster Zaibunisa. She has actually given a divine prayer today morning. I think she needs to speak again. So the topic is cracker industry should be banned. Over to Zaibunisa, Toastmaster Zaibunisa. Toastmaster Zaibunisa?
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Really, this is a very interesting topic for me. Because in my life, I have crackers should be a part of our celebrations. Because crackers in a way, it doesn't give more sound pollution. Crackers like diyas, which make less sound and give more brightness, is always acceptable. And to show our pleasure and to express our love to our neighborhood or our family, we should exchange some crackers, obviously. But in another way, when we think about those people in our neighboring state, Tamil Nadu, from where the crackers come, and they have a very, very bad situations over there. The children, those who could have gone to school, are spending their childhood to make all these colorful crackers over there. In my life, I have lost a friend due to this cracker explosion. So whenever Diwali comes, I always remember her, thinking that why we should have crackers. The crackers will take our lives away. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zaibunisa. It was a well-spoken about the pros and cons of crackers. Well done, Toastmaster Zaibunisa. Our next topic is Diwali is just another shopping festival and is all about new clothes, sweets, and holidays. And the topic goes to Toastmaster Anu Sharma. Toastmaster Anu Sharma. Toastmaster Anu Sharma. Are you there?
Remember, Sophie.
I think she has logged out.
Is Toastmaster Pratik Bolar is there?
Yes, Pratik is there.
Oh, it's Pratik, okay. Okay, Pratik Bolar.
Pratik Bolar.
So the topic goes to Toastmaster Pratik Bolar.
Yeah, he's there.
Okay, let's hear from him.
Yes, if I may repeat, Diwali is just another festival for shopping clothes, crackers, and gifts. Is that right, ma'am?
Yes, exactly.
Good evening, Toastmasters. So, we are in this joyful season of Diwali, and this topic is too apt for the season. So, Diwali being a season of love, joy, and lights, uh, coincides with the fact that majority of Indians buy a lot of clothes, gold, and money. This this uh, this goes with the fact that Diwali also is celebrated along with the Dhanteras. That is actually uh, celebrating the wealth and the wealth and joy of people. So they use people in India usually relate this festival to be a good occasion for them to welcome wealth, that is to welcome Lakshmi. Hence it's been a culture from ages to get in new clothes or maybe new jewelry, money, or anything that's welcome to the house. On the flip side of the coin, we can see that this is just being another reason for majority of Indians to just go to malls and shop for the necessary and also the unnecessary. The the current in is sustainable living, and we need to open our eyes to only get in what is required and what is and not buying what is not required. So instead of making Diwali only a reason to shop and go out to malls and to get every sort of things on discount, which is not the case, and to make a conscious effort and to buy what is required and celebrate the season with zest and full of love and light is what is required in this current scenario. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratik. Pratik, the topic was well explained. Thank you so much. And we have the fourth and the final speaker, and the speaker will be Toastmaster Arun Kumar.
I think Arun Kumar has also logged out. I couldn't see his name. Is he around?
Logged out, Malini.
Yes, I think he has logged out. You can move over to someone else, Sophie.
Okay, Shivani, Toastmaster Shivani can have the next topic, and the fourth topic will be festivals divide instead of uniting people.
Is Shivani around?
Yes. She is there.
Over to Shivani.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, Shivani.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Sophie, for that lovely topic. Festivals divide or unite. So first I will speak on festivals unite. Why? Because we get to meet people during the festivals. Even during our community also, all community people join hands and celebrate various festivals like Diwali. No matter we are having a diverse community, but we unite during the festival. We celebrate distributing the sweets, we light the crackers, we burst crackers or light the crackers during the festival. So this is a time when we unite together to celebrate the festival. It is a time to uniting. Same way, when you speak about dividing, yes, there is also the other picture of the topic, that is festivals even divide. Why? Because since India is a diverse country, each community or each people follow different religion and they celebrate it in a different manner. So I feel instead of dividing, we all should unite together to celebrate. For example, in our apartment, we celebrate Diwali festival, but only what happens is only the Hindus come and celebrate the Diwali festival, which we all join together. We also want people to come forward, join together so that we can unite, we can have the
bonding with all the people. So I say that we have to join hands and we also should unite together to celebrate various festivals. It can be Diwali, it can be Eid, it can be Christmas. So like the way we are united in a club, same way festivals also should be a time when we all should unite together. Thank you for that lovely topic.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivani. Your speech actually has given a lot of sense into us, like how every festival has to be celebrated. With this, we come to the end of the table topic session. And Toastmaster Amita, please, where everybody qualifies for the voting.
Yes, Sophie, all have qualified. Do you want the individual timer? Or I can.
It's
Okay,
better
I'll
you
take
give.
that.
Yeah, yes.
DTM Molly has taken 2 minutes 16 seconds. Toastmaster Zaibunisa 2 minutes. Toastmaster Pratik Bula 2 minutes. And Toastmaster Shivani Baliga 2 minutes 13 seconds. So all have qualified.
Okay, Toastmaster Amita, thank you so much for like changing the time, the flags according to the time. Work well done. Thank you so much. Over to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Trisha Lara D'Souza.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sophie Zacharias. Back to our Diwali dilemma. Yeah. If anything, the drawback of crackers and the pollution that it causes gives us a chance to innovate. To forge a healthier tomorrow, we have an option of green crackers. Green as in eco-friendly crackers. With the Supreme Court ruling, several companies have signed NDAs to manufacture green crackers with the clearance from the Petroleum and Explosive Safety Organization. This is still up for debate because not sure whether they are actually green crackers, but let's just go with it for now. More so, COVID-19 has given us a chance to make our celebrations nuclear rather than a massive show of things, which I think adds a much needed personal touch to our celebrations. I take the help of this meeting to bring awareness to this subject and start the dialogue that swishes that Sursur Kaddi to save our Mother Earth by mindful usage of resources. And let's face it, when us Indians put our minds together, that Male Pataki is sure to resonate long after its flames are gone. All right, now we move on to the candid goodness of our Diwali Prasad and our assorted box of mithai. Over to General Evaluator DTM Veera Katpetia.
Thank you, Trisha. Thank you for calling me Prashad. This is the first time I have been called that. Let me start with the evaluation of the individual speakers. And first, I would like to call Toastmaster Wayne D'Souza to evaluate Rita Pinto. Over to you, Wayne.
Am I audible?
Yes, Wayne, you are.
Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and Rita, who is not present right now, but she will definitely hear the recording later. As my job as an evaluator, it is very important for me to be critical and in assessing Toastmaster Rita's speech in detail. But sadly, she made my job very difficult because right from the beginning, she has made me engrossed in her story. But that's okay, because that shows how good she is as a speaker. She started her speech with the thought that are roses with thorns, or do thorns have roses? And the best part about this thought is that she managed to connect it to every incident that happened with her. And this brought out a very good thought and a very well-meaning speech. The theme was very well addressed throughout the speech. Now, coming to her strengths, gestures was a very important and very the most appealing part of this speech, because throughout the speech, Toastmaster Rita was very well versed with her gestures, and it is very important, especially in meetings like these, which are online, because it's very difficult to gain attention of people. And through gestures, I'm pretty sure that that all of us were able to pay attention to her speech. She managed to convey her emotions through her incidents, and she was able to create an atmosphere where it was easy for us to put ourselves in her shoes, which is very important, and it's a very good and strong quality. Now, there are small things to note down, which I'm sure Toastmaster Rita would easily be able to take care of it in her coming speeches. One is pace of delivery, where it is good to have a slow pace of delivery, but at times it is also equally important to go a little bit faster. It need not be a slow pace of delivery throughout the speech, and it also brings out the crispness of a speech. And also, this is an optional suggestion, because since we are having our meetings online, it is very important to adjust your camera, because that again is an optional suggestion, because it is difficult for some of us to do it. And also the conclusion could have been done in a more better way with the bang, because from the beginning and even the middle, it was very well explained speech, but I felt that the conclusion part was rushed. But I'm sure that Toastmaster Rita is more than capable to take care of it. I'm looking forward to listening more of Toastmaster Rita's coming speeches, and I wish her the best as her on her journey as a Toastmaster. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Wayne. What a beautiful evaluation we had from you. We now have DTM Pritham Kamath to evaluate Toastmaster Malini Mukund. Over to you, Pritham. Pritham?
Yes, thank you, Prasad, Veera aunty. So I quite like that. So my time starts now. Do not try to fix whatever comes in your life. Fix yourself in such a way that whatever comes, you will be fine. Mani ma'am, you always wondered if you would be okay at PTAT. And you have proved to all of us that you're not only okay, but you're marvelous, magnificent, and mind-blowing. When it comes to motivating people, it's very important that you share your personal achievements, which you did. Your prowess with words left us in awe and asking for more. I especially loved the words that you used, like reverberated, ascend, scheduled, Herculean task, mission impossible, to recount a few. Though you're a fledgling speaker at PTAT, you have the sagacity to have prepared very well indeed for your speech, and it showed. You referred to no notes at all, and kudos, ma'am, to you for that. And that wordplay and that amalgamation of all those words with the ideas, now that shows us the professor in you that we have always looked up to. It came out here in spades. From the opening to the conclusion, you had us hooked and riveted. When it comes to motivating people, it is also very, very important to remember those quotes. And as I try to remember certain quotes, I find it that it becomes very difficult to connect to the audience. Ma'am, the suggestion, a small suggestion here would be, when you are giving, when you are quoting people, it would be lovely if you look at your audience. At some points, when we are trying to recall something, we tend to be so lost in our speech that we forget to look and connect to our audience. And that is where I felt that you would have to be there. Now, trying as a student to give any kind of feedback to your professor is a daunting task, and definitely it is not okay with me. But now there are a couple of suggestions, ma'am, that I would like to make. And I think because it's online meetings, everybody is making this suggestion. So I think that either you're so close to the camera or you're too far away from the camera. Ma'am, I think that we'll have to work on a way that you can place the camera as such that a little bit of your body language, which can enhance your speech, can be seen. A few pauses, because your speech is so good that we want to savor it. So if it's a bit fast, we tend to lose on certain areas or certain portions of the speech. So a couple of pauses when you're delivering something with a lot of depth, we would like that pauses to be a little bit more. That would have really helped. And timing your speech, because we have a lot of things to say, especially when we've been through a lot. We have a lot of things to say about it. But in Toastmasters, being sticklers for time, timing our speeches becomes very important. So I think that all this would really help you to work on your speech, since you have to repeat this speech again. Congratulations, ma'am. I'm very proud to be your students. More power to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Preetham. Yes, it's indeed difficult to evaluate your lecturer, but you did that. You did that with LM. We now have two debutants. Debutant View evaluating debutant speaker Toastmaster Hilda. Over to you, Toastmaster Bo.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veera Katpedia. And ma'am, it's Bo, ma'am. I'm sorry, I just needed to just correct you.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yes, I'll start now. So good evening, everyone, once again. So I'm sure all of you will agree with me when I tell that Toastmaster Hilda Fernandez had a very pleasant aura around her throughout her entire speech. It was very evident that she had practiced every detail of her speech. The way she modulated, the way Toastmaster Hilda Fernandez modulated throughout the entire speech was close to perfection, especially when she was talking so proudly about her roots in Coorg, and the way she came down to Mangalore to carry out her education. And it was especially evident when she was talking so fondly about her family and her students. Then coming to Toastmaster Hilda's body language, it was very open and inviting throughout. And it was very relevant. Every gesture and every movement throughout her entire speech was very relevant to the topic she was talking about. And especially the one that stood out to me was when she came very close to the camera, just as if to share her secret regarding her students throughout as a mathematical lecturer. The one highlight for me, a personal highlight for me throughout her speech, was the amount of excitement she shared with sports. That was just one thing I just wanted to talk about. If I had to tell just one thing, one sort of advice to ma'am was that it was just eye contact. It was very evident that she had practiced to talk in front of a group. It was visible to us that she was practicing, like the way to an imaginary group of people. She was looking around through it. However, since this is a Zoom meeting, it is very important for us to look at the camera and talk. So that's just one thing. And with that, I'd like to wish Toastmaster Hilda Fernandez all the best, and I hope she has a wonderful time here in Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you both for that. May I now request Sharbila Sagar to evaluate DTM Malini Hebbar. Over to you, Sharbila.
Good evening. As always, it's a treat to listen to you, Malini. A value-driven leader that you are, setting the standards for performance, motivating and creating a favorable environment to lead in any situation. Your speech was focused on a reflection of your experience, the impact of the 360-degree evaluation. You illuminated us about your experience to manage change, the ability to handle change through continuous learning. You mentioned about the Zoom meetings, authentic team playing and personal awareness. The high self-efficacy you have to challenge yourself with different tasks does not surprise any of us, because you know your own values, feelings, and purposes, as well as the integrity to behave responsibly in a helping relationship with others and through clarity. Today, the clarity in which you took us through your experience was exemplary as a speaker. The awareness you created about the Innovate Club and its contribution to rise and lead the change in the society and to brighten life with a spark of hope was crystal clear. I think a lot of us Toastmasters got to know about the service the Inner Wheel does. You engage the audience with visuals that added value to your slide on ASHA workers and the teachers of Sanidhya. Now, the visual aids helped organize information more clearly and added an emotional impact to your presentation. By choosing the right photographs, you could support an important point and enhance the overall tone of the presentation. There was no overcrowded text. You engaged the audience with a well-constructed content. You appeared completely self-assured with the audience. You used the tools, tools of tone, speed, volume to perfection. The story of the terrific shooter from the Reader's Digest and the meaningful projects that the Inner Wheel has, the meaningful projects. It's difficult to fully integrate the gestures in a virtual meet, but you did justice. You use eye contact to elicit response. If I have some suggestions to make, generating ideas that has helped you grow, generating ideas that are both innovative and functional is a divine gift that are both, that has helped you grow through hard work. And our expectations are too high when it comes to creativity with you, Malini. It's just not fair, I must say. In fact, there's so much to learn from you, Malini. And, Inner Wheel members have seen so many high performance programs of yours. Congratulations. May you sparkle forever. Over to Toastmaster Trisha.
Thank you, Sharmila, and thanks to all the evaluators for such an apt evaluation session. Can I go on to the R counter, Maria Da Costa, for her R counting report?
Bina, could I interrupt? Yes, yeah. Ask the timer for a report.
Yes, Abita, can you give us the timer's report, please? For the
Yes. Toastmaster Wayne took 3 minutes 15 seconds. DTM Preetham 3 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Bo 2 minutes 10 seconds, and Toastmaster Sharmila Sagar 3 minutes 30 seconds. So all have qualified.
Thank you, Amita, for that. Brian, I think we'll put up the voting slips. Can we now go over to the R counter, DTM Maria Da Costa?
Yes. Trisha, I congratulate you. No R's at all, though you are a debutant speaker. As a leader today, as a compare and the Toastmaster, you did wonderfully well. Rita Pinto, 5 big pauses. Malini Mukund, no R's. Hilda, no R's. Toastmaster Hilda, no R's. Toastmaster Malini, well was repeated thrice. So, then coming to the table topic speakers, Molly Chowdhury, 1 pause. Toastmaster Zaibu, 3 pauses. Toastmaster Pratik, crutch word, hence, twice. And Toastmaster Shivani, 1 pause. Coming to the evaluators, Toastmaster Wayne, 6 R's, very repeated. Toastmaster Preetham, no R's, 1 repetitive word. Toastmaster Bo, 3 R's. Toastmaster Sharmila, 1 R, 1 pause. Toastmaster Sophie, no R's. Toastmaster Veera, no R's at all. This is my report for you.
Thank you, Phyllis. Extremely meticulous. Can I now call upon the grammarian, DTM Matilda Pinto, to give her grammarian's report?
Good evening once again, and congratulations to all the functionaries. I love the theme for the day, light juxtaposed against darkness. And I found a mean number of beautiful phrases and expressions today used by almost every speaker. I have so many pages, 8 pages of notes put down. I know it's going to be impossible to cover all, so I shall pick up a few here and there without mentioning names and share my feedback on how to use language better. In saying more than happier, the right usage would be more than happy, because more and happier are double superlative, can't use both of them together. More than happy is the right usage. Also, avoid cliches like caste, creed, and language. They're worn out. To keep it fresh, you should be thinking of alternatives. Maybe say, regardless of the usual differences. And one of you used, I think, 5 yas each time you use the word ya instead of yes. Please keep the yas out of your speech altogether, because it is very informal, very casual. And one of the speakers also said, may the speakers throw their best. I think the speaker meant deliver their best or give of their best. Now, Trisha used all right for okay, it is good usage. And so also, we have one more speaker who used it in different ways. I shall come to her a little later as I move on my page. And Trisha also used Guru Deepa about 5-6 times. You must think of the English options for the same. Originally, they were the Chinese lanterns. If you don't like the Chinese, under the current circumstances, you can use paper lanterns. That would be nice, but not Guru Deepa if you're speaking in that language. Now, I don't know whether I should go over Rita Pinto's delivery, because she's not here. From what I know, she's logged out, hasn't she?
Please
We'll
go
be
ahead.
saving time. That yes. If she's logged out, let me just delete it. All right.
Yes, Miss Matty, she has logged out.
Yes. Yes. Then moving on to Malini Mukund. Oh, she had a plethora of words and phrases. And delight, a treat to listen to her. As much as I wanted to ascend the stage, there's one other similar one. I don't know where. Very rare usages. It is said only those who have a hang of the English language are able to use such words and phrases. And it was simply a delight to listen to her. Power had, Indians tend to say power off, power on, switch on and switch off. So there were no such mistakes here. She used language in great style. Power had failed. Those pesky creatures, I really began to imagine them, the vermin. After a hiatus, that's a rare usage. I'm sure she does a lot of reading and therefore this kind of language. And a working mom on fire, I could visualize it. It brought a word picture to me and I could see what a mother is or does to a family. The road was far from easy. Such use, she uses these things. And there was an unusual word, she pronounced it unusually also. She said man over. And I was really interested. The actual pronunciation is maneuver. But never mind, you gave me another meaning, and I began to visualize what it would be like if it was a case of maneuver. And you also ended by saying you're the author of your own book. Lovely thought. Moving on to Hilda Fernandez, Kushi Tale from Kushal Nagar. I couldn't see your face on the screen here. Wonder what you look like. I don't remember you though. You had a wonderful speech too, and you are the one who remembered to use the word for the day, okay. Okay, that's fine, you said. Okay, that's a delightful place, you said. And you remembered, great presence of mind to remember the word and use it with the right that given to you. That was wonderful. And you also said something about being incidental, you being an incidental and an accidental teacher. That was lovely. And stories leading to more stories. That fired my imagination. The usage of language. I thought you were the one who's the mathematics teacher, right? You have a very interesting use of language as well. Mathematics and literature, language going together is a rare combination. The 360-degree evaluation. Your speech was content rich. Your thoughts had so much clarity and your expressions were beautiful. I love the usage of every time we had this bullseye, you know, that was very well put across. What having heard you way back and comparing those speeches with what you did or presented today, I find that your language is apt for the topic. It's so clear and not too many words. Sentence structures are simple. It's so easy to follow. You almost came across as a spontaneous speaker, and I loved that quality of your speech today. Yeah, the 360-degree feedback was also beautiful, very nicely used. And then somebody mentioned, I think it was Trisha, Toastmaster Trisha, who mentioned crackers several times. It's an Indianism to say we burn crackers. We don't really burn crackers. We light them. Sorry, you said you burst crackers. We don't burst them. We burn them or we light crackers. Please make that correction. And moving on to, otherwise, your language, Trisha, is really beautiful. I can see the amount of effort that has gone into it to make all your introductions very challenging and positive. Very well done for a youngster. Moving on to table topics. Toastmaster Sophie she sometimes comes up with interesting things. For instance, she said, Toastmaster Amita will take care of the remaining. You should have said, take care of the rest of the meeting, and completed with a proper word. But you ended with saying, work well done for one of the speakers. That was excellent, very beautifully used and crisp as well. Then there is Zaibun, I think, who said, this is an interesting topic for me. You could have ended with a stopped at, this is an interesting topic, or this is an apt topic, or this is a challenging topic, or something that I enjoy speaking on. And Pratik, I do not know if it was the excitement of having to speak, or you are thinking faster than you could manage your words. You said people during Deepavali buy gold, money. I think you meant spend money, spend a lot of money, not buy money. I loved your usage of on the flip side in the current scenario. I guess you're one of the youngsters too, and I must give it to you for having done a beautiful evaluation. Your evaluation was superb and so very gentle. That's what I liked about it. Shivani used the word each community, each people. When you say each people, unless you say each, when you mean by people, groups, each group, then it would be right. But it could be a little confusing. It's better if you said each group for each race, for each community. And you use the phrase lovely topic more than once, you could replace lovely, which is so overused, with words like delightful, challenging, and so on. That will take your presentation to the next level. Then we have the evaluation. Veera, as usual, did a brilliant job of it. In fact, she managed it with great elan. Wayne Pinto, when you gave your suggestions to the table topic speaker, you used the word, these are optional suggestions. That I took very gently. Instead of forcing upon your suggestions on a speaker, you said it's optional, the right word to use. Because when it comes to evaluation, we need to be really sensitive, and you were one of them. Preetam Kamath, as usual, did a brilliant job. She came up describing, I think, Master Malini Hebbar as being a marvelous, magnificent, and a mind-blowing speaker, which she is. But for you to come up with this triad, I'm not surprised, because you always do things like that. And you also describe the qualities of having the sagacity, the wisdom to know and to think and to deliver and give us a takeaway message. And you also said, where we often say, I'd love to listen to more of your speeches. You said, I think you said, I'd like to savor every word of your speech.
Sorry to interrupt, Matty ma'am.
A little slow.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, Matty ma'am. Yeah, you've overshot
Hello.
the time. Yeah, you've overshot the time.
Okay, thank you then. I end here, and all the others have done well. Good luck. Oh, that was the... Sorry. Over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you, Matty. And now for my report as a general evaluator. Firstly, let me congratulate on all the preparation that went on in this for this meeting, the posters, the agenda, everything was completely, done very, very meticulously. And kudos to the poster designer. I think Trisha herself designed it. Coming to the meeting today, the atom bomb of the day was the Toastmaster of the day, Trisha. She has given us all names like Gurudipa and Prashad and all that. But Trisha, you were the atom bomb today. You were a pro and like a one-man army with such a beautiful theme, calling us all these good names. You even had a dress code for us, asked us to get the Deepas. And by the way, your background was very occasion appropriate. Also, you gave us suggestions for having an eco-friendly Diwali, which was food for thought. Speakers, Rita, I think as your evaluator said, you could have adjusted the lighting of the background. This is for all of us. The light should fall on our face. That is the trick to have the lighting right. Malini Mukund, happy to listen to you after such a long time. Hilda, Toastmaster Hilda, you were smooth. And Malini Hebbar, of course, your HPL report, as expected, was flawless. Coming to the table topic, Master Sophie, actually you are the Eid Ka Chand, but so happy to see you today. The topics that you had were very interesting, and having a turncoat as a TT session was a unique idea. Molly, Zainbunisa, Pratik, Shivani all attempted the topics with insight and gusto. Coming to the evaluators, debutant evaluator Wayne, what poise and apt suggestions you had. Please do not say that they are optional suggestions. We are all here to learn, and suggestions are always welcome, or should be always welcome. Preetam, as usual, on point. Bo, the way you evaluated, you sounded like an experienced evaluator. Lots to learn from you. Sharmila, in your soothing voice and a lovely language. It's always a pleasure to listen to you. Our counter Phyllis, very meticulous. Batty, today your camera and lighting was perfect. We could see you very clearly, and the lighting was very good today. So I think you have found your sweet spot in your house. Your report was, of course, a learning experience, but as Amita pointed out, maybe we could look into the timing. This, I think, exceeded 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
12 minutes.
Do I have how many minutes, Amita?
12 minutes.
12 minutes, okay. Coming to the suggestions for future meetings, I think we need to do something about pinning the timer. If you have the latest version of Zoom, we can just drag and put the timer on the top of the screen and the top of the page, and you will be able to see them even if you have not pinned them. I think this is a suggestion that all of us can follow. I found this to be a very good suggestion, and I think we can all follow that. And one more thing is that when information is to be shared between two members, I think we should use the private chat. You can go to the chat box and message the person indirectly, directly to that person, so that we do not disturb the flow of the meeting. An excellent meeting today, absolutely getting us into the spirit of the festival, Diwali, and wishing you all a very happy Deepavali. Over to you, the atom bomb, Trisha.
Thank you so much for that, Veera ma'am. That is very sweet of you. All right. As we come to the end of our celebration, I would request all of you to just check your voting links and see if everybody has voted for the roll taker, for the evaluator, voted on all the links. Meanwhile, I would like to conclude. At the risk of upsetting minds with the subject chosen, I hope we choose to spark joy, to go back to our roots, to have an observance in line with our prevailing circumstances. There is no festival without the people who celebrate it. It's us who can spark that joy, light candles, clay diyas, have fairy lights far and wide to make our surroundings have light win against the darkness. May we be mindful as we become insightful. All we need is a purpose in our hearts and roots that don't depart. As Henry Matisse said, there's always flowers for those who want to see them. On that note, I wish all of you a blessed Diwali. Ma'am called me the atom bomb, but I would like to hand over the proceedings to our Lakshmi bomb, our dynamic president, Lyra. Lyra ma'am, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. What to say? Introduction.
Mute.
Can you hear me?
No, mute. Unmute.
No, we can hear Lyra.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I have some problem with my device. I think I'll just one second.
No, it's all good now, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you, Tisha. What a stupendous performance. A round of applause.
One.
Lyra, I think
two
devices are on.
Switch off one particular device, Lyra.
You have two devices switched on. Okay.
It's
now
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a problem. Anyway. Yeah, thank you, Trisha. What a stupendous performance. And well organized, as the general evaluator gave us a detailed report. I don't want to keep you all more long on that meeting, because our grammarian was very good. In fact, she was a detailed grammarian. As usual, we know her, she's very apt, except that, I think she went a little overboard. Doesn't matter. Next time we'll make a note of it. This time I wanted to make it clear to all the role takers that we need to be within our time limit, but still there was a last, no problem. In future, I'll make a note of it. And when about being seen in the camera, like General Evaluator spoke about Rita, even Wayne spoke about Toastmaster Rita. She had come 10 minutes before the meeting could start, but that time she was all right, but I know something happened. Anyway, we have to try to work on this. So thank you, Toastmasters, all the role takers, the speakers, we had an area of speakers. It was like a Diwali dish of sweets. Everybody was at their best, very tasty as the sweets are. Now the time for the results, all the speakers were equally good. It was difficult for us to vote, but still we have to choose the best speaker. The best speaker for the day, prepared speech speaker, is our debutant Toastmaster, Hilda Fernandez. A round of applause to you, Hilda. And yes, please unmute and clap for them, dear Toastmasters. The best table topic speaker is Zaibo Nisa. A round of applause to Zaibo.
Thank you, ma'am.
The best evaluator is Toastmaster Sharmila Sagar. Round of applause, Sharmila. All the evaluators were excellent. The table topic speakers were good, as well as the speakers and the evaluators. Now, who else could take away the cherry from the cake as the best role taker is none other than our young sparkler debutant Toastmaster Trisha Laura D'Souza.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
As a debutant, you've done exceedingly well. A round of applause once again to you. I appreciate and I'm happy that we'll have Diwali all down the year with you in our midst. So, now I would just like to mention about few of our members who had never, in our midst for a while. That was Malini Mukund. It was a pleasure listening to you, Malini Mukund. You are apt. Please keep preparing speeches and be with us, take up roles. It doesn't matter. I know your predicament. You can sit and speak, no problem. And we had Matilda Pinto, my lecturer, who could sit for so long. Thank you, Miss Matty. And Sophie, what a lovely topics. Sophie, now I request you to keep preparing your speeches, dear. So to everybody, have I left out any? Molly, yes. Molly wasn't, she had no time as a DVD, but Molly, I request you also. I know you have done one speech as, like other day you said you inaugurated some function at Agnes, but please, we would like to listen to you at our Port Town meeting. So with this, I adjourn the meeting. Happy Diwali to all of you all. Members, please stay behind because we're just one meeting ahead for the centenary. So we'll have to discuss some points. So please stay behind. But here I officially adjourn the meeting. Thank you, Veera. It was a beautiful general evaluation.
Lyra, I will stop recording now.
Yes.